movie. As you all well know, or maybe not, but former University of Florida quarterback Tim Tebow has been very, very outspoken about his faith. So long and short of it is, it's really interesting not only to think of sports as religion, but the links between the two. But then, how does that function? That's the important thing. What does it do? How is religion supposed to function in the first place? What does it do for you as a religious person? A sense of community, a sense of faith, a sense of all that. They're arguing that a lot of those functions, we see that in sports as well, or a lot of people feel that way. So really interesting link there. Okay. Given that, here is my little, and I'm not going to be very long here. I'll let you sort of do what you want to do with this. But I have put a essay. That's not the right one. I will talk about the Wrangler stuff later on. We're going to talk about Wrangler jeans on Tuesday night, I think. We'll see. Don't save this. Super Bowl Extra, where are you? Okay. I have on KC for you this really interesting classic article on the Super Bowl by Michael R. Real that hopefully you have considered reading and read. I think it's a really interesting read. Takes a mythic approach to understanding the Super Bowl as a mythic spectacle. I'm not going to go through this, but I would highly encourage you to read it. So read it. It's good stuff. That's not very long either. But the stuff that I have for you, a little Super Bowl extra stuff, not a whole lot here. I just wanted to have you think about a few things as you're enjoying the wonderful Super Bowl party tomorrow. First, is it good? Sure. Why not? It's awesome. It brings people together. It's American ritual. It is a religion. Is it as good as Puppy Bowl? Maybe not. I'll let you go to the link. But several years ago, I think this is Puppy Bowl 14, the Animal Channel started the Puppy Bowl. So basically, it's just a bunch of puppies playing with toys. And there's it's to bring awareness to adoption, and these puppies get adopted and get taken to their forever homes. So yeah, the Super Bowl is huge. It's but and it functions in a very positive way, in lots of different ways. I would argue, makes lots of people lots of money, and all that type of stuff. But there are some problems, very obviously, that we need to be very cognizant of. And so my job as a professor is to make you feel bad about things so you can't enjoy anything. And I'll let you go to these links. But there's been a really interesting discussion out there, and I don't know all the ins and outs of this, or there are two sides, I suppose, but that talk about Super Bowl and the increase in sex trafficking during the Super Bowl. And some people say, nah, it's not really the case. That doesn't really happen. Where others say, yeah, of course it does, because you get a lot of people together. Sex trafficking is itself a big industry, unfortunately. But it is, prostitution is legal in lots of different places. But one thing to think about when you're watching the Super Bowl, what's going on with sex trafficking? Okay, I'll let you read that. Then, obviously, we got the commercials. Folks thinking about the commercials. And part of that is the consumptive sort of yearning, or I don't know, just and it's not really about buying stuff. It's just because usually folks don't watch these commercials and then run out and buy some Doritos, or the last year's Puppy Monkey Baby. I still don't. What was it, for Jolt or something? I don't know. But in any case, So there's that there. I mean, it's just the whole idea of a free market consumer culture, and it sort of sustains that idea. But there's also a lot of Super Bowl ads that are just plain sexist, in part because of the perceived target market. And so we get some of the Hardee's commercials sometimes, and folks in bikinis eating burgers because that's how what's his face likes it. The CEO of Hardee's, who's now our Secretary of Labor, or will be soon. Of course, and there's, I think the best link I have there for the commercials is by the Huffington Post, and it's a couple of years old, but it has a group of young women who watch the Super Bowl commercials from that year and try to guess what their ads are selling. And basically, I mean, like there's one where a woman turns into a car. I mean, sex sells, unfortunately, but a lot of these commercials, what they do is they position women as objects of sexual desire, and that's problematic. When we are framing women primarily that way. So, but of course, that's not always the case. I mean, there have been, there was that, there was an example of the Run Like a Girl commercial from, I think it was 2000, maybe 15, maybe 16, I don't really remember. But that actually seemed to be more liberatory, that were combating the sexist associations of women of sexual desire, objects of sexual desire, but also just sort of the whole idea of run like a girl, catch like a girl. See, that's all problematic. So that's really good there. And then there's just some stuff about what a big business it is, how many people bet on this stuff. I mean, it's crazy. And of course, I mean, football at the end of the day is also a violent sport. People get hit. They have concussions. You seen that movie? I haven't, but I'm sure it's good. But also, we see lots of cases of domestic violence associated with sports figures. And so, does something like the Super Bowl sustain the idea of women as objects of sexual desire and men as aggressive, masculine, violent people? And how does that craft our culture, invite us to see relationships? I don't know. Something to think about. More stuff about money and ratings. The ratings are always huge, huge, huge. We'll see what the ratings are tomorrow. So, this was from when Katy Perry did her little thing several years ago. Always realize there's sharks in the water. With the Super Bowl comes some really cool stuff, but some stuff that's not so cool. And then, I do think dogs and cats will make the world better once they overtake the world. This is Katy Perry, and if you go to this link, you can see the halftime show from a recent Puppy Bowl where it's kittens and they're playing. I would encourage you to watch the Puppy Bowl and the kitty halftime show tomorrow at some point as well. If you just okay, that's it. Have fun. Go team. Whoever wins, I don't really care. We're all winners.